I'm just glad he's paying me because Mike is just an...
Rolling.
What? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, it's time for your weekly Fix the Funny. Can I get another one of these? I'm going to need this. I'm about to do this shit. So I'm okay, I swallowed it. So grab a cocktail, take those pants off, and treat yourself to the sexy bald man that makes you tingle in your special place. Woo! I'm wrong! Got my mind on my money, my money on my mind, bitch! I'm house announcer Chet Jackson, and it's time for the Me, Myself, and I show with Mike Betancourt! Are we done? Yes.
Me, myself, and I. It's me, myself, and I.
Hello. Happy holidays. Yes, next week is Thanksgiving. Chris, I ruined the bit. I ruined it. I said Thanksgiving. Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Me, Myself, and I am your host, Mike Betancourt, episode 137. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, 137 episodes happening right here, right now, and boom, we already have a comment already. Chris Laird, damn, 10 cups of coffee at this time. You better believe it. You know why, Chris Laird? Because it's the Me, Myself, and I show. If you don't bring the energy, if you don't bring the heat, brother, I'm turning into Hulkamaniacs, dude. If you don't bring the heat, dude, bro, Jack, Broham, you don't belong. I stumble on the words, dude, and I'm spitting all over, brother. But it's the Me, Myself, and I show, dude, bro. Ooh, yeah, Macho Madness. All right. Bring it down. I can't bring it down. I'm excited. I have a great show tonight. That's right. I have a great show. It's Thursday night. I have a great show tonight. My guest tonight has been on Starz, Hulu, Comedy Time TV, and he's a good friend of mine. I've known him for a very long time. Comedian Mr. Skip Clark is here. He's waiting in the green room. No, he doesn't have my energy, but he is the coolest of the coolest people you ever meet. Seriously, a bird can shit on him. You're like, that's cool. No worries. I'm not worried. Bird pooped on me. Whatever. Boom. That's how cool he is. So hang in there. Hang tough. We got another one from the United States Navy. Mr. Brian Harlan says, I'm pumped from the gym and taking my Insane Labs drink. Okay, cool. I hope you're not taking steroids, but if you are, I'm glad you're watching Me, Myself, and I. Thanks, Brian. Thanks for being. And by the way, Brian, thank you so much for sharing that wonderful post about this show. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Oh my God, I got so much exciting news to tell you. Yeah, you know what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. First, let's start about this. Let's start this right off the bat. Okay. First of all, I want to let you know. Next week, Me, Myself, and I, we're taking a day off. We're taking a week off. Okay. I'm not going to be a Scrooge. I'm not going to work on Christmas Eve or whatever. We're taking that week off. We're going to chill. Okay. We're going to get drunk by ourselves with our family, whatever you want to do, because it's Christmas. Okay. But Me, Myself, and I will be back the next week. And I got something special for you. Do you want to know what it is? I'll show you what's special. Hold on. I'm going to show you what's special because starting December 30th, look at that, on the next Me, Myself, and I, Wednesday, December 30th, 8 p.m., 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the eve of New Year's Eve Stampede with your host, me, Mike Betancourt, featuring correspondent, adorable Dustin Wood, and 10 lucky winners will be on this show. What? What does that mean? 10 lucky winners will be on this show. I get to interview you for no reason, or you get to interview me, whatever. We're going to have a party the eve before New Year's Eve. I'm not going to do it on New Year's Eve because my kids want to watch Speed 1 and Speed 2. We got to. Okay, we have to. That's a must. So the eve of New Year's Eve Stampede. What does that mean, Mike? Well, how are you going to get these people on the show? Well, during this show, tonight's show, pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. During tonight's show, I'm going to throw some code words. If you see a code word, I need you to text your first and last name with the code word to the Mike B hotline, 530-408-9341. You text that, you are on the show, and I'm going to throw in a bonus. You're going to get a Mike B shirt. What? What's a Mike B shirt? You'll find out. You will find out. 10 lucky winners will be on this show with a Mike B shirt. So pay attention to the show. Share the show right now. And when you see the code words, text your first and last name with the code word to the Mike B hotline, 530-408-9341. Okay? I want you to be on this show. I want you to have fun with me and Dustin. Okay? You can be one of those silhouette figures. Okay? One of them is a sadistic killer. The other one is, oh my God, I can't tell you, but one's Chris Benoit. Try to find out which one. Oh, okay. Let's keep it going. So please hang on. Okay. Excuse me. Let's keep this show going. Okay. Let's talk about what's important in the world today. Tom Cruise yelling at his crew. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, I'm about to show you what I'm talking about. It's been global news. The God himself, Tom Cruise, has been yelling at his crew for not following standard COVID rules.
Because they believe in us and what we're doing. I'm on the phone with every studio at night. Insurance companies. Producers. And they're looking at us and using us to make their movies. We are creating thousands of jobs.
He said, mother
I don't
effer.
ever want to see it again. Ever. And if you don't do it, you're fired. If I see you do it again, you're gone. Anyone on this group does it.
You're effing
That's
gone.
it. And you too, and you too, and you. Don't you ever do it again.
Hey, if you break COVID standards on his set, he's going to yell at you, and he's going to turn into Tom Cruise from A Few Good Men. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. COVID restrictions. It's so funny how he gets all heated up for being on a movie set, but when it comes to homeless people and people dying from COVID, I'm going to keep quiet. But when someone's breaking the rules on his $1 million set because he has to make another Mission Impossible, hey, let's turn on my microphone so people can watch, and then they'll watch my movie, because that's how Hollywood works. Hey, I'm with you. I want to be in one of your movies, Tom Cruise. I'm just telling the truth of what's going on. Anyways, let's move along. Speaking of Tom Cruise look-alike, it's time for Dustin's thoughts. Bam!
Hey, what's up, Mike? How you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you?
I gotta say, I don't know if you know this. I'm a big Tom Cruise buff. He actually had the same rant when someone misplaced him for a coffee table on Jerry Maguire's set. They just put a glass right on top of his head. You get it? Because he's short.
I got it.
Yeah, I'm a comedian. I wanted. oh, he cut himself this time. That's perfect. So first off, before I get into Dustin's thoughts, I got to say, super excited for the eve before New Year's Eve Stampede. It's really exciting. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to get to talk to the fans and have the fans talk to us and ask us anything you want. I'm already trying to plan my outfit, which I'm really excited about. I have a couple options, and I kind of wanted the comments maybe below could help me out of what you guys think I should wear. I was thinking of maybe going for a little lonesome dove thing. What do you guys think of that? It's not bad, right? And then I thought, there might be single ladies in the comments, this may be the one time they show up. And so I just thought, perfect marketing. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I'm pretty excited about it. I'll let you guys pick which one.
What
underneath.
is slouch? What is slot? Because you weren't even on the camera. It's like SLO. Right there. S right there. There you go. There you go. Get it right. Show the slut right. You put it to your right or your left. Your left. Other way. I'm sorry. Other way. Keep going. Keep going. Right there. It was like slit. Slit slot.
Slit.
That's what it looked like for a second.
Well, anyone in the comments below, you guys can pick what hat I wear, and I promise I'll wear it. Mike, I wanted to do Dustin's thoughts. I really did. But then something happened this afternoon, and I wanted to talk to you about it. I don't mean to bring the energy down because I know you're 10 cup Mikey, but I'm kind of excited. Anyone that watched last week's episode, you know that we got the hashtag trending here on the Me, Myself, and I comments. Hashtag Make Mike by Dustin a Mask. And I checked the mail today. And I got myself a little package, and you won't believe what's in it. Not a mask.
That's
Where is my mask, Mike? You promised the people.
That's your Dustin's thought? Anger and a middle finger?
Yeah. I'm not angry. I'm disappointed. I mean, we just saw a video of someone angry. I'm very disappointed. I mean, I can do one. Have I talked about Hugh Hefner at all?
Yes, you did. Thank you, Dustin. Really appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't see that one coming. That was awesome. Give him the middle finger. Oh, let me talk about more. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if there's a code word, make sure you text your first and last name with the code word to the Mike B hotline 530-408-9341. If you're listening on the podcast, you already lost. So, anyways, 10 lucky winners. Okay, let's keep this going, ladies and gentlemen. Before I bring them up, I want to show. Hold on, we're getting comments. Who cares about last week's news? This is this week's news. Let's come up with something new, Dustin. Damn. Whoa. Steroid Brian Harlan dropping some fire for no reason. Bring it down a testosterone, brother. But thank you. Okay, I gotta keep going, man. He's waiting. Dude, Skip's waiting. Okay, so before I bring him up, I want you to watch his stand-up. I love working with this guy. I learned so much, and if it wasn't for him, I would have never be working at the Looney Bin Comedy Club. This man stuck his neck out for me. We worked together on the week, a whole week there, and we had such a great time. But here he is, a little taste of Skip Clark. Here we go.
I'm a New Yorker who like to shop and go to the mall and watch the price you get to meet them. She'll walk ahead of me and go to security sometimes and excuse me, officer, but that black man's following me. They got me hemmed up in the corner like, Austin, tell these cops for me to get out! Don't tase me, bro. But I love life is good. We have our intimate time, our pillow talk time. Like after making love, the lights are real low in the house and I'll whisper in her ear, I love you. And she'll respond back, I can't see you. So I smile real big, yeah. My wife's a nurse, 20 years RN, gave a full-time nurse. Yeah. Gave up nurse to be my manager, and I love her for that, but sometimes she's still in her nursing mode. Sometimes she talks to me like I'm a child. Like we're leaving the house, she's okay, Skip, before we leave the house, you gotta go to the party. I'm like, party? Don't be asking me no stuff like that, I'm a grown man. So we get in the car, buckle up, get half of the block, then I realize, man! I gotta go to the party. She wants me to start talking dirty to her in the bedroom. I'm not real good at it, ladies. You know, I'm trying to work it out. You know, we're making love and I'm doing my thing. She says, oh, baby, say something nasty. And because I'm diabetic, all you gotta think of was applesauce. She says, oh, I like applesauce. Use it in a sentence. Applesauce is good.
I told you. Hilarious. Are you ready, Emma Mikers? I said, are you ready? Of course you're ready. You're watching the show. Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen him on Starz. You've seen him on Hulu. You've seen him on Comedy Time TV. Please put your hands together for Mr. Skip
What's happening, Mike? What's happening, man?
What's
happening?
up, brother? How you
Good to see
doing,
you,
man?
man. I'm good. Good to see you, man. Your intro's out of control, man. I
Bro,
need that.
I will be on the road with you when it's time to go back on the road, and I will be your hype man, dude.
I
will
need
be
that.
your
I
hype
need that,
man.
man.
I'm like,
I
wake
need
up!
that.
It's time for Skip Clark time, brother.
No doubt, man. How you been?
Good, man. Good. How's dude? When did you film that Comedy Time TV? How long ago was that?
That was about 2 or 3 years. About 3 years ago. Yeah, about 3 years ago, man.
Okay.
At the Ice House in Pasadena, one of my favorite clubs. Yeah.
That crowd was on fire, man.
It was really cool, man. Yeah.
It's like one of those nights when like you can just say hi and they're like, oh my god, it's the comedian, and you could just feel the goosebumps.
Yeah.
And like in your mind, you're like, okay, just relax. They're here to see you. We're here to have fun. You don't want to step over your words or anything like that. Because sometimes when the energy's hype like that, you can lose it. But at the same time, you get too excited. What was going through your mind when you were doing that set?
Not to pre-ejaculate. That's what I made sure I wouldn't do. Because it was that kind of moment, man. It was that kind of moment. So I just had to keep it cool. But it was a nice crowd. A good show. I told you, Emma Mikers, Skip Clark is the coolest of the cool. I straight up told you he can handle anything, man. Seriously, man. And you're originally from the Bronx. Bronx, New York, born and raised, yeah. Wow. What was that like growing up? I was a sports guy, man. I was all about sports, man, in the Bronx, man. Baseball, basketball. I got a basketball scholarship to the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. So my whole growing up as a kid, just, I want to be outside, man. Now these kids want to stay indoors, but I want to be out. Because if I was out, man, I was playing ball. So that's how I grew up. That's awesome, man. Did you develop your sense of humor from playing sports just to relate with everybody, or how did you develop that? I had a couple of cats in the New York area, man, that were real funny. The guys I hung out with, man, we always cracking jokes on each other, man. And I just, I was a homebody when I was time to be home, so I'm old school. Red Fox, Richard Pryor, I Love Lucy, stuff like that on TV. I was a TV guy as a kid. So I got my humor from just watching TV comedy back in the day. Black and white TVs before you even born, man. Oh, dude, I used to always watch Lucy in black and white. Nick at Night for all that stuff. That's awesome, man. So were your parents funny, or is it just you developing from television? My dad was hilarious, man. William Andrew Clark Sr. I'm William Andrew Clark Jr. My dad was hilarious, man. Yeah. He was where I got my humor from. What made him so fun? What did he do? He was an alcoholic. So there we go. You went dark on that one, man. He was an alcoholic. Thanks, Mike. Man. You ever seen a funny drunk man or a drunk that wasn't funny? He was funny all the time. Yeah. So you're just like writing material, like, oh, Dad. I'd go in the room and lock the door and write it down. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. So when did you leave New York? I left New York in 1979. Like I said, I got a 4-year basketball scholarship from the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. Right on. 79, 83, I was playing up there, man. Yeah. Nice. And then, but you didn't jump into comedy right after that. You did some other things. You were a bodyguard, right? I graduated with a degree in criminal justice. So I worked Department of Corrections in New York, Atlanta Corrections, mental health in New York. In Atlanta. But no, I didn't jump in. I went through the back door. Like, I worked at a comedy club. I was the doorman for a comedy club in Atlanta, Earthquakes Comedy Club. Okay. Back in the day, man, a whole bunch of comics, man. And I started meeting all these comics, and I said, man, I learned how the game was played from the inside out. Comedy clubs putting on shows. So I opened up a booking agency, Mike, where I was booking comics across the country, man. It was pretty cool. Yeah. So, dude. Robbing the bank from within. Yeah. I was the talent coordinator for BET back in the day when Ricky Smiley was the host, 2000. Yeah. Wow. So I got in the back door, man. Yeah. You must have saw so much talent just go through there like nothing, dude. Unbelievable, man. I saw it as, man, these guys are talented. I could take these guys on the road. So I started booking them all across the country, man. Colleges and clubs, man. At that time, Atlanta had at least 40 hot comics, man. Bruce, Gerard Guillory, Zooman, late Tyler Craig. I had a bunch of them, man. Yeah. What did you learn from Bruce? Did that stand out the most? Bruce told me something, man. He said, if it don't make money, it don't make sense. Yeah. And I'll never forget that, man. And you know, Mike, as a comic, we've been starving to go do $50 show, 80 miles away, 20, 30 miles away from home. And it wasn't about the money, but then he told me, Skip, he said, if it doesn't make dollars, don't make sense, man. And I've been taking that to heart. Yeah.
That's especially now, once COVID's gone and we get back into the swing of things, man, we're going to be smarter businessmen. That's for sure.
We should be.
It's so you can't go back to I'll do it for free. Yeah, I'll do it for $20. I mean, at some part you have to, but sometimes you can't. You gotta, your value's more worth it. And you taught me that, man. When you brought me on I'll never forget that, man. That was such a fun week at the Band.
It was, man. It was, man.
That was my first week at a club out of California.
Right.
And that was
right.
Yeah, and you stuck out, and bro, you saw something in me, and you didn't think twice about it. You're like, this guy, let's work with this guy. I want him to be my feature.
What I saw, Mike, I saw a lot of energy, man, and a lot of funny, man. And I saw that, and you still got it to this date, man. And that's a really nice attribute to have for stand-up, man. Because we go to some clubs and they're sleeping.
Yeah.
If the MC's not really popping it off, then the feature act is not popping. They're sleeping. They want some energy, man. You got to wake them up. And I saw that in you. I said, this guy wake up a crowd. And you're funny. Man. Yeah,
dude. And by the time you got up, it was ready. They were ready to rock and roll with you. You went from left to right, bro. I remember that night in OKC.
They thought you were the headliner, man. They said they can't be no more than that, man.
But you brought it though. You threw at them like more than that though. They're like, oh, the show's over, and then all of a sudden you came up. It was like wham, wham. That was nice. Great. And
it was nice, man.
What was great is what you taught me that week was, and please explain it here, is rabbit ears.
Yeah. It's funny too because I'm teaching stand-up comedy right now at the Santa Cruz School of Performing Arts. Mm-hmm. And I'm teaching, timing and premises. And rabbit ears is a thing that you hear that last laugh. Like you hit them with a laugh and they're laughing. You wait until you hear that last, ah! And when you hear that, then you can move on because you got them in your pocket. So, yeah.
Yeah, you taught me that because I remember I was going like a mile a minute. And then you're like, dude,
yeah.
You told me the rabbit ears. That changed the game, dude. Right. That completely changed the game.
And not only that, let's say, Mike, you're doing 15 minutes. If you do 15 minutes real fast, you can slow it down and make it 20 minutes, man.
Right.
And add on to your thing. That's what I learned from back in the day.
That pacing and that cadence.
Yeah.
We got a wonderful question from my correspondent, Mr. Dustin Wood. He always asks guests a question. So, Dustin, take it away, brother.
Hey, Skip, how you doing, man? I'm a big
fan. What's happening, Dustin? Thank you, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. This is an honor. I'm a big fan of your work. You're like a legend. So this is really exciting, man. I'm excited. I noticed you said that you're teaching stand-up comedy right now at a performing arts school. What is the one thing that you're finding, because you, me, Mike, we got into comedy because we're naturally like funny. It's something that you're like born with. How do you approach teaching people that maybe don't have that side of them?
I teach them to be able to talk about themselves. If you can talk about yourself, because we all have stories to tell about ourselves, if you can take away that shyness or that insecurity about yourself, because they want to know you. People want to know you. They want to know about you and your family and your friends and your pets. They want to know. And everybody has those funny moments, man. So one of the things I tell them is like, relax and talk about yourself. Introduce yourself to me and we'll make it funny.
That's so awesome, man. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, brother. That's
no
awesome.
Problem, thank you, man. You too, and get your New Year's outfit together, man. Okay?
I will.
Hey, dude, when Skip tells you to get your New Year's outfit, you better get it right.
Do you have a recommendation? Should I get the slut hat or the cowboy hat?
Stay home. Stay home. Stay home and look in the mirror and figure it out, man. Don't go out in the streets, man. But none of that, man.
Thank you. Good advice.
Oh, wait, Dustin, before you go, Skip, hold on for a second. Dustin, you sent me a message. Do we have a first spot on the show?
We do.
Who do we have?
The man that insulted me with his roid rage, Chris Laird.
Chris Laird. Damn, Chris Laird did it. Thank you, Chris. Right on.
Congratulations, Chris. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
There we go. Thank you, Dustin.
No problem. Thank you, Skip.
Peace, Dustin.
Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, it's so funny. You told me the exact same words when we were on the road together, man. It's
Which
just
one?
what you said is just be yourself, talk about yourself, let people get to know you.
Yeah.
And do you think that's what's missing in comedy today, and what's going to happen in the future of comedy? That a
As
lot of
far
people, you can tell who's not talking about themselves, and people do the dick and fart jokes. And
yeah. Those are the young comics, man. But the older veteran comics, like, how long you been doing stand-up, Mike? How many years?
As of this month, 16 years now, man.
Very good, man. Yeah, very
brother.
good. So people want to hear about Mike. They don't want to hear about the other stuff. They want to know what's going on in Mike's world. Dave Chappelle said something that was really, really interesting. He said, "You don't have to be the funniest, just be interesting. Have people want to know about you, man. And we listen to Dave and we listen to Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart talks about his family all the time. So they want to know who you are. So they can walk away and say, I know when I buy that T-shirt or that DVD, I know this guy. I know Mike.
Right.
Yeah.
But do you feel when you get people to notice you, or when you speak to them on stage and have that personal connection, do you feel that it can be also scary at times? Because what if you connect yourself with a complete stranger that follows you? I mean, it could be anybody. I'm sorry.
What they do now, if they talk to you before the show, that's why I tried my best not to be out front before a show. Because once they say hello, we're here to see you, they think they know you, and they'll get inside the showroom and act like we're buddies, like we go back 30 years.
Right.
So, and you got your stalkers, you know the deal.
Yeah.
You know the deal. But yeah, it's a thing that comes with the territory. People think we're more than what we are.
It's a powerful thing to be that honest on stage, not just to allow people to see who you are, but you're making these connections with strangers that who knows. You said it yourself. You worked at the mental health hospital and stuff. Who knows what mental health they're going through, and the only thing that they're latching on to, that grain of hope, is what you give them on stage.
The funny. Everybody wants the funny, man. They want the funny. They want to be able to relate to that funny. When I talk about all my ailments, my asthma, my diabetes, people can relate. And the 9 kids I have, people can relate with kids. They want to be relatable. They don't want to be relatable. Yeah.
9 kids, man. That's amazing. How did you able to juggle 9 kids on top of chasing this dream?
Well, the story is, I got my oldest daughter who's 39 and my oldest boy who's 6 years younger than her, same day birthday. I got twin boys that are 31. I got boy and girl twins that are 21. I got a 12-year-old and a 17-year-old. So when I started doing stand-up at 44, they were pretty almost grown at the time, man. I started at 44. This is going on my almost 16 years too, man.
Yeah. Wow. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you, man. You too.
But you starting stand-up at 44 is a lot different than actually starting stand-up at 44. You were in the game
and for 10 years before the 44.
Yeah, man. Dude, that should be the name of your cover. Yeah. Behind the scenes of 10 years before the 44.
Right. Well, you remember Rodney Dangerfield started at 44.
That's right.
He started at 44. And it's funny when I say that, because March 9th of last year, I was at Rodney Dangerfield's in New York taping my show. And then on the 10th we left, and then the 13th, COVID hit and shut New York down, man.
But you got a chance to be on Dangerfield's stage, man.
Yeah,
what was that like?
Oh, man, it was great, man. It was dark, and you could see the smoke from when Rodney was there.
Just gritty. Just straight up gritty.
They had a waiter there who was like 90 years old with the red jacket on and a bow tie. It was crazy, man.
Just classic New York comedy scene.
It was grimy.
That's what comedy is, man. That's exactly what comedy is. It's just you know, it's just
in your face, man. Yeah, but it was cool. It was really cool.
What was the difference on that stage versus anything else besides the griminess? What did you feel?
New York's a different audience, man. New York wants you to bring it. They don't want no filter. They want you to bring it, man. And I felt the New York vibe in there, man. Don't come with the knock jokes, because they'll let you know how they feel.
Right.
Yeah. So I just felt, and the nostalgia in that club, man. Come on, everybody who's done something has been in Rodney's, man. So it was my chance to say I brought it at Rodney's, and then they shut down. They actually shut down a couple of months ago, man. Yeah.
So basically, you shut that bitch down. You were so funny.
Right, 50 years in the game, 50 years in the game, 50-year-old club, and then they shut down, man, because of the COVID, man.
Wow, man. Oh, do you think they're gonna come back? I'm sure they'll come back.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
They'll come back at a new location. I believe that's what they're working on now.
Yeah. Do you feel like starting stand-up at an older age was an advantage or a disadvantage?
For me, it was an advantage, and I say for most comics, you got something to talk about. You know,
Right.
I was married, I had kids. You know, I lived the life. You know, I worked. You know, I go visit my doctor on a regular. So I had stories to tell, and my audience is that audience. You know, I don't do colleges because college kids, you know, college kids, they ain't doing nothing there. They ain't made the moves yet. They're still living in mom and dad's house in the summertime, spending their money.
Right.
So for a young comic, what are you going to talk about? You know,
Drinking, partying.
yeah.
What's up, bro? What's up, bro?
Yeah. And I don't drink, you know, so
Right. You tell all these college kids, you better get a job. Who's gonna pay
better
this
get
debt?
job quick. Because this comedy is no joke. You know?
Yeah, right.
No joke.
Who's gonna pay this debt? Not me, not you.
For real.
You better pay it. Let's go.
I was lucky enough to have a basketball scholarship, man. There's no way I could pay for college at that time.
Oh man, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
Do you feel like playing sports translate as being on stage, like the cadence and the breathing and
Well, for me, it really did because I was at the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. We played the home games were at least 12 to 15,000 people in that arena.
Wow.
So I was comfortable in crowds. So you know how crowds are; they can scare the shit out of you sometimes. Yeah. And then on the flip side, as a young comic, doing a room with 3 or 4 people in it, that was scary too. You know, I've been where I do 12 people and had to make them laugh, and what I learned from that, if you can make 12 people laugh, you can make 200 laugh.
right.
But it's scary. It's scary.
Oh, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. I think what's that?
Laughter, you know, it travels, and with 12 people, it ain't gonna travel far.
But, you know, it's a lot more intimate though.
Yeah.
You get to really know people.
I don't want that kind of intimacy no more. Intimacy anymore. Yeah.
You want the mega crowds.
Not the mega crowd, but I want at least 100 and 200 people in there.
Oh
you know?
yeah, for sure.
That's intimate for me. Yeah.
Who do you think the toughest comic was for you to follow? Because you said you also managed some high profile comics, right?
Yeah.
Do you mind talking about that?
No. When I wasn't doing stand up, I was managing. It was called Ace Entertainment. I was managing the R&P, RSP, right? Tyler Craig, who passed away recently. Big Rome, who passed away recently. Keith Adams, who passed away recently. Man, I had these comics that were really strong. Zoo-Man, if you know who Zoo-Man is. Sherman Golden. So these guys were really strong back then, and it taught me how to manage them. Now, as a comic, I was managing myself for a while, you know. But following somebody, I think Mike Epps I followed one time, and that was a rough cookie.
Man.
Yeah.
Man.
I was doing a joke about the blue pill Viagra, and I used the word that in the African American community they weren't really comfortable with. It was the refractory period, about coming back from having having a moment, and I heard the boo coming, Mike. I heard it coming.
Ooh.
And I said, okay, that's my time. You've been great, you know.
Dude, right when you said I heard the boo coming, I know that feeling.
Yeah,
it's like this weird aura. It's like this wave's about to crash on you. It's
I was doing a bit. It was my only bit too. My 5-minute bit about diabetes and the blue pill and Viagra and the refractory period, and they wasn't feeling it at all. Yeah.
Damn. Wow. Do you remember that moment you were managing comics and thought, like, I can do this?
At the time, I never thought about being on stage. I never thought about it. But I had some shows. I produced some shows myself where I would go up and bring up the comic. And I got a little bug off that. I got the bug, like, man, I could do this, you know, hosting the show, coming to the stage. Because I knew the comics, you know, coming to the stage, just, you know, BT and all that stuff. So I never really thought about doing stand-up until I was 44 years old. And I was working at a hospital. And, you know, I was always cracking jokes and stuff. And they said, Skip, there's a new comedy club opened up called the Kansas City Improv. You should go do the open mic competition. I said, yeah, I'll do it. So I asked the doctor about, you know, give me a joke, doc, about Viagra or diabetes. And he gave it to me, and it was one of my first jokes, Mike, and I won the competition off of you.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So we all have those road stories that always sticks with us. Do me a favor, why don't you tell us like your worst gig? I hear laughter in the background. That means something. I hear something.
Oh my God.
I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go.
So well, that wasn't really bad. The convalescent home wasn't really bad, because their attention span was so bad, man. And it was like I did an old folks home, and I went out with this joke about, all right, somebody left their dentures in the bathroom or something like that. But the worst road trip, man, ever to date. I worked for this agency called Max Entertainment. I think I told you about it, right? They do casinos, Indian reservations, and they gave me a 3-day gig. You had to drive one night here, drive one night there. And the comic that was opening up the show was going to rent a car. And he said, I'll rent the car, thinking he would share with driving. He didn't. And he had a cough, Mike, that was so bad he would cough in the car on the way. Oh, my God, just not covered. This is before COVID, just spewing out. I'm like, dude, you got to cut the coughing out. He wasn't funny, and I hate to say this, and this was his last road trip because he said he was going to quit comedy after this and do insurance, man. And we traveled together for 4 days, and he was horrible every night, coughing in the car. I'm like, unbelievable, man.
Oh, it wasn't even the comic.
No,
wasn't even the. I mean, if it wasn't even the audience, it was. Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, he was bad.
I'd rather take a shitty set. Than deal with a shitty comic. Oh,
he was horrible. He was horrible, man. And didn't want to drive. He rented a car thinking we were going to share the driving. This dude didn't want to drive. He said he got vertigo because we had to go up in the mountains. He got vertigo. He wanted to drive. Then I said, yo, dude, at some point in time, you got to drive. I'm tired.
Yeah.
He drove like 45 miles an hour on the highway.
Oh, man. Oh, man. How did you not kill?
Pull over, dude. I said, pull over, man. Pull over. I got it.
You're a big dude, man. Right when you say pull over, oh, shit, I'm going to get my ass kicked. This shit's going down.
It was the worst, man. It was the worst, man.
Oh, man, that's terrible. Usually when I say that, it's like I said, oh, there's this one there's one audience member or this, this wait staff, but that's even worse. Was he even a nice dude? No, I could tell. I can already tell.
He got to the hotel. He stayed in his room. You know what I'm saying? Only came out when the show. It was worse. It was the worst. It was the worst.
Man, yeah. That just steals your energy away.
Yeah, and I smoke cigarettes, Mike. I don't know. I smoke cigarettes, and he says, "Would you mind not smoking in the car?" I'm like, "Yo, are you kidding me, man?
Would you mind not coughing and being funny, please?"
With you, I started putting ash on his chest when he was sleeping. I would blow it in his face, yo. Like this dude right here, man. You got to be kidding me! Get out of here, man. Get out of here, man.
Dude, that's a great idea to do to a shitty comic. That's a terrible human being.
He'd sleep and cough, and I'd take my cigarette butt, just ash on his chest. He'd wake up like, what happened?
It's like, you coughed all that shit out, dude.
Yeah, man. It was horrible, man.
Oh, my God. That's terrible. We got some comments, man. I don't want to ignore them. Let's see. Brian Harlan would have been like, bro, right in the trunk from now on. Is that a question or? Okay, I'm sorry. Brian Harlan, well, if that's the case, what's his name? I don't want to buy insurance from him.
I don't even remember his name, man.
Damn, that's pretty bad because Skip remembers everybody. He just memory done.
I couldn't even tell you, man. I couldn't even tell you.
Oh my God, man. That's crazy. Oh my God, that's so. You see, that's what when people do online shows, they're never gonna have that story.
Nah.
They're never gonna have that shitty comic that made your life a living hell. They're never, and that makes you a tougher comic. So, what are your thoughts on online comedy shows, and would you recommend that to your students?
Teaching online comedy has been a challenge because I did it 1 year in studio in the school. Teaching online now is a challenge because we as comics, and I haven't done any shows online because I need the feedback on the audience. We feed off that. I don't, I don't need a laugh track. I need live audiences. That's why it's called live stand-up. So for me right now, I haven't been offered to do any. I haven't even considered doing it. I'm doing a show, Mike. I don't know if you know about my show. Similar to yours, called LMAO, Skip Clark and Friends. I gotta have you on, man.
Oh man, I'll have 4 cups of coffee, brother. I'm there.
Yeah. We do that. It's aired on YouTube America. What else? Flex TV and Vegas Network. But it's a show where I just talk to comics. We just have a conversation, man, like we have it now.
Dude, congratulations!
Thank you, man.
That's awesome. Wow. Yeah, man. You know what? Something about, like I said, something about online shows. I think it's great to spit it out. To spit out the words that you need to work on and stuff. But that's not comedy. That's not the grittiness, like you said, Dangerfield, the smoke, the smell, you're sweating.
Right.
That interaction, this is what comedy is. Sometimes it can grab you and just tear you apart.
It's interactive, man. We need that audience, man. I just can't see myself telling the joke that I know is supposed to have a punch to it, and I don't hear any punch coming back, man. So it's just not for me right now.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you think this is going to have an effect on comics that started out in Zoom and they believe that they're a comic because they're getting laughs, and then when they come to the real live world, do you think that's going to mess them up, or do you think they're going to learn from it? What do you think that's?
Well, they will learn that you need stage time for this game. The ultimate thing we need to develop as a comic, you need stage time. You need an audience. You need to hit the open mics. You need to bomb. You need to, readjust. You need to reconsider your career choices. All of that.
Trust me, you hit it on the money right there, man.
And don't look for no money right now. There's no money out there for the young comic that's just starting out, man. We didn't get any money. Well, I didn't get any money starting out. I was happy to get $50 on an open mic, or not even open mic, but on a set, guest spot, whatever. But money comes later. Bernie Mac said the money will come. You're going to work the craft first. And the craft is some time put in, if you 1 year in, don't talk to me about, getting paid.
Right.
So I would just say young comics, just get on stage when you can and work your craft.
Do you have any naturals that stand out in your class that can make a real go at stand-up comedy?
I do.
Nice.
I got a 6 or 7 year old. I teach from 6-year-olds to 27-year-olds. My crazy. And these are actors and actresses. And I got some really good actors in my class and actresses. I got this one Hispanic kid. He's like 6 or 7, 8 years old, and yeah, he's good.
You just know it. You feel it.
So I tell them to write about themselves. We'll talk about premises and timing later on. I teach them about timing and pauses and all that stuff. But he's natural. He delivers really, really well. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great, man. There's hope for the future.
Oh, no doubt, man. No doubt.
That's great, man.
Yeah. I'm going on a blaze of glory, when I go out, man.
That's the way to go, man. That's how you're supposed to go as a comic, man.
Come on, man. Yeah.
You gotta be the one putting the ashes on the belly of the beast.
now, Mike, I do have a day job right now.
What's your day job?
I'm working at a hospital in Ventura County, St. John's Hospital, Dignity Health. I work security.
Oh, nice.
Frontline guy, and I've been there 5 years now, and it's you just can't do stand up and support a family unless you're making some big dollars, So I've had the luxury to do that, man, and I retire in 7 years, so I get a pension.
Oh man, congratulations!
I'll be 60 in January, Mike.
Dude, you look younger than me, brother. I don't know how you're doing it, brother. It's because you're being cool. They always say black don't crack, but it's skip don't trip. That's what it is. That's what it is. Skip don't trip, man. So what's it like being on the front lines of security right now in the hospital?
It's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary. Yeah, because COVID is for real. Right. For those people who don't think it's real, wear your mask when you have to. I'm getting the vaccine on Sunday, to be exact. This Sunday they'll give me the vaccine.
Good.
My wife has pre-existing conditions. I have pre-existing conditions. So we're just playing it safe, because right now all we do, Mike, since we left New York, was go to the beach. We live right behind the beach. We go to the grocery store, and the weed man delivers. So that's all we do, man.
Dude, that's gravy, bro. That's gravy. I like how you just said that to you. And the weed man delivers, Mike.
Yeah.
Coming through. You're like boom, boom, boom.
That's it, man.
So do you find it? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said I want him to wear a mask when he drops off the package. So
Right.
yeah.
Do you find it offensive then when people are saying, no, it's a pandemic and this is fake? And I mean, you are literally seeing it right in front of your eyes on the front line every single day.
I don't think it's offensive. I just think it's really people who don't believe in science and selfish. I think it's more selfish than anything because we're a great country. But when you talk about doing something for the country, like putting on a freaking mask, man, I mean, how bad is that? You don't believe. People are not going to believe when Jesus comes back, but he's coming back. Yeah, they're going to make him make wine and all that stuff, but he's coming back. You know, they're going to believe he got wine. You bought that wine at the store, Jesus. You ain't really Jesus.
Dude, Jesus might be coming back next week, man. They said all the planets are going to be aligned and they're going to create the Star of Bethlehem again. So
I believe in science, and the science says, and I believe in the count of death. We have a lot of people dying over this thing, man. And for those people who don't believe it's real, I'm here to tell you it's real. I see it, up front and in person. It's real. So my prediction is, Mike, we won't be back on the road for about another year.
Yeah. No, it's true, man. Yeah. We need to stick together, brother. I'm
not flying. I'm not staying in anybody's hotel. I was offered a gig February 13th and 14th. You might hear about that, but if it goes through, because the money's right, so you might hear about that one.
Oh, dude, you got to give that extra COVID bonus. That's what that is.
Well, I have the vaccine already, so I can maybe take a chance on it. But right now,
Good, man. I appreciate that, dude. I mean, you being safe at the hospital and I'm sure you see all so much emotions going on, man.
Oh yeah.
I can't even imagine what you're going through.
Yeah.
Seeing the frontliners, first responders go through on a daily, man. Are you cracking jokes to them, trying to keep the tension down?
If it's appropriate,
right.
If it's appropriate, yeah. But this is a serious situation, and I'm at the hospital. I'm security. I'm the mask police. Sir, man, please put your mask on. But what I will do, Mike, before COVID, I would ask them when they come into the hospital, ma'am, sir, may I help you? Now it's like, yo, what you want? What you need. If you ain't sick.
You're intimidating, brother. You're a big dude. I guess. Yes, I'm here to see. I got my mask on. I'm here to see.
Right. So it's changed. It's changed a lot. And now the hospitals are not having any visitors. So that makes it a little better with just medical staff and patients that are in the rooms.
Right.
And you can visit one patient maybe for 6 hours, and that's a wrap. So no visitors and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think, man, you being security in the hospital right now, they still need the healing side of the community because we're spiritual people, man. And we're right now, since COVID hit like an atomic bomb and all the comedians are scattering everywhere.
Yeah.
And we're scattering everywhere for a reason to heal people, whether it's just being logical, comforting, being legit with, mask standards. You're put on that hospital for a reason, man.
Yeah. I some levity. I can add some levity to a situation. More so with my coworkers, opposed to this, the people that come in the hospital. But we keep it jovial as much as we can. And right now wearing a mask, you can't see anybody smile anymore, man. So you don't know what they're thinking, man.
Hard.
Yeah, you don't know what they're thinking, man. A smile will tell you a lot, So when I come out and talk to somebody, I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm smiling under that mask, but they don't see it. They just see this brother, and it's crazy time.
You just got to bring the heat 10 times harder so that you can hear them laugh. I think that's what it is, man.
Yeah, as long as they keep the mask on.
Yeah. So you can laugh all you want. Keep that motherfucking mask on.
And then you have some people pull their mask down and say, "What did you say?" And I can hear you with the mask on.
Right.
You don't even take it off. Because it's uncomfortable with some people, and I get that part, but we just need to be safe, man.
COVID's uncomfortable.
No doubt.
That's what you got to tell them, dude. COVID's uncomfortable.
No doubt, man.
That's crazy. Hold on, one more thing. Hey, Dustin, you got any more questions? First of all, Skip, this has been we're almost at an hour right now, man.
Very good, Mike.
So I want to say thank you very much for just being here tonight and just expressing everything for us, man.
Thanks for having me, Mike. I appreciate it, man. How's the family doing, Mike?
We're good, man. We're staying tough.
Good.
Staying positive and staying strong.
Just the girls, tell them, say Uncle Skippy said hello, man.
I will, sir. Hold on, Dustin's got something for you, man. Dustin, you got any last thoughts for you?
Yeah, I do. First off, a great interview, man. You're just a I got to check out your podcast. You're just a wealth of knowledge when it comes to comedy. It should be like a prerequisite where new comics have to listen to you. Like, I've learned so much already. One thing I wanted to ask is, I'm really big on, like, I'm a pro wrestling fan the way that Mike is, and we like to do a thing of like, what if this guy from this generation could wrestle this guy? And I like doing that with comedy too. Do you have like a dream comedy lineup if you were booking a show? Like host, feature, headliner.
Man, that's a good question, yeah. Me. I don't know, man. I got favorites, man. I got a bunch of favorites, but to be on the show or to watch the show, I get Mike Epps, I get Dave Chappelle.
Oh wow!
And I get Bill Burr. He's funny, man. And
dude, that's a killer lineup.
Strong lineup, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
You're not talent coordinator for nothing, man. That shit is fire.
We'd have a special guest, man. We'd get Eddie Murphy just to do this guest spot. Man.
Oh my god.
That'd be crazy.
You imagine that crowd? They would go
nuts.
Like that'd be one of those stories of, like people tell stories of like, man, I went to the, the comedy store and Eddie Murphy showed up. Like
All-Star game. It'd be All-Star. All-Star game.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, Dustin, before you go, can you do the Eddie Murphy impression from Shrek?
Okay, my impression literally breaks down to 2 words and a laugh. So it's pretty ridiculous, but damn, Shrek.
Thank you, Dustin.
That's my time. You can be great, right? He dropped the mic. That's when he drops the mic. That's my time. You doing great.
Damn. See, that's my correspondent, man. Dustin Woods, dude.
Hey, Dustin, respect the process, man. Respect the process, man.
No, Dustin's really good, man. He gets down, bro. I've been giving him the advice you've been sharing me and taking him along, and I've met him almost 2 years now. And the great thing about Dustin is like he was like where I was at a point, confused, not knowing where to go.
Right.
And then he's on this right path now, and he's doing really well, and he's just respecting the game. That's one thing about Dustin. Dustin really respects the game, loves the process. He's not one of these, give me advice, whatever.
Right.
And like what you did with me, man, that weekend, dude, changed my life. And
well, Mike, I'm a comic, man.
Yeah.
That's the attitude I take. It's a brotherhood, it's a fraternity. We down for life, man. So it's all good.
For sure, man. Well, brother, listen, man. Let's stay in touch, and anything you got, man, please show it my way, man. We'll always promote you here. That's for sure.
Man. I'll send you some information, man. Let's get together soon and do my show as well.
Dude, for sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, you can follow Skip on Instagram at instagram.com/comedian Skip Clark. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you follow him on there. One more time for the adorable Dustin Wood. You can follow him on Instagram at adorable Dustin Wood. Also, ladies and gentlemen, please donate to the show. Okay, please donate to the show at Venmo at Mike-Betancourt-5. Please, this is how the show gets rolling. And if you just missed this live show, man, you ruined it. It's over. You'll never see it again. Just kidding. You can see the rebroadcast on youtube.com/MikeBComedy. Okay, youtube.com/MikeBComedy. And also, we got another comment. Let me see. Oh, Chris Laird giving the high fives. Was Chris Laird? Hey, Dustin, was Chris Laird on steroids or was it Brian?
It was Brian.
Okay. Okay. All right. It's okay. No worries. This is what happens. And also, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I want each and every one of you to have a very Merry Christmas. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your time with each other. Turn off the phones. Turn everything on. But come back on Wednesday, December 30th, the eve of New Year's Eve Stampede. 10 lucky winners will be on the show. Will it be you? Speaking of which, who do we have so far, Dustin?
Okay, so right now we just have Chris because apparently the other people in the comments weren't paying attention to the passwords that were going through the screen.
They weren't paying attention to the code words right now.
Yeah, the code word that's literally there right now.
They're not. They're not texting you right now. They're not texting the Mike B hotline.
They're
right
not
now?
texting literally that word that's going by.
Or this
And
one.
no, or that one right there. Save the strippers, which is a cause I really do believe in.
I do. You got to save the strippers.
You got
it. Oh yeah, they're not doing that.
They're
either.
essential personnel. I believe that. So, listen, anybody watching the replays, if you're watching this episode up until the day of the show, still text the Mike B hotline. There are still 9 spots left. When they're filled, and that's it. You guys do not want to miss out on this opportunity because this is the funnest show in the world to be on. Skip can tell you, I can tell you, and Mike can tell you.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Dustin. Skip, any last words of wisdom before we get out of here?
Mike, be safe, man. Thanks for having me on the show. Congratulations on the show, man. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to you, man. Hope to see you in the near future where we can really break bread together, man.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to that day, brother, for sure. I always like to end the show on a prayer, and it's not me giving a prayer. It's a prayer from Sam Elliott. And now, a prayer from Sam Elliott.
Dear Heavenly Father, give me the strength, for I don't have any patience for stupidity anymore. Everywhere I go, I see someone doing something stupid. I just want to smack them across the head, but I can't, dear Father, for you are the dude of this universe. Dear Lord, we're in a pandemic and I'm starting to lose my cool. All I want to do is sit in my leather chair, smoke a Marlboro Red, and drink a beer. Coors, America's beer. Lone Star Barbecue. Amen.
There you go. A prayer from Sam Elliott. Amen. Well, Skip, God bless you. God bless your wonderful wife.
Thank you,
and
Mike.
I'll see you soon, brother.
No doubt, man.
Take care. Peace, brother.
Peace.
Me, myself, and I.
One more time for Skip Clark, ladies and gentlemen.
It's me, myself,
Follow
and
him
I.
on Instagram.com/Skip Clark.
Me, myself, and
One more
I.
time for the adorable Dustin Wood on Instagram. Adorable Dustin Wood.
It's me, myself,
And by the way,
and I.
if you missed the code words, cruise control. Save the strippers. Ooh, yeah. And don't forget, be sure to text your first and last name with the code word to the Mike B hotline at 530-408-9341. Not bad, huh? Not bad. I got it all in. All right, guys. And you know what? This is a good comment. I'm going to save this for last. Boom. I am never on cruise control, but I'm always on the stripers. 2 P's, brother. 2 P's. Not 1. Steroids. It's a hell of a drug. I'll see you on the 30th. All right. God bless you.